Yeah.
Ayo, it's Shanks, baby.
I'm disrespectfully drunk. You disrespectfully drunk. He disrespectfully drunk. She disrespectfully drunk.
Yo, what's up? This is Disrespectfully Drunk Podcast, and I'm here today with DJ TRASE. So we're going to get into it, and I want you to introduce yourself. Whatever you want to tell us about yourself real quick, just give us a short summary of who you are.
Right, but before I introduce myself, right,
Tell me about it.
I can't be called an influencer or a brand ambassador without bringing you some gifts.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't bring you not one, but I brought you a couple gifts. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that right there. And then this is, a lot of people don't get these. Bang, you get the little ones. You know what I'm saying? Get the little ones right there. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? So
Black
that's,
Bible.
yeah, that's what, look, we're going to do this, right? We're going to do this, right? Bam, we're going to do this, okay?
Love it.
Look, and you get to keep the bag. You get to keep the bag. You know what I'm saying?
I got a good bag.
Yeah. You can't keep my umbrella, the Bel Air umbrella. You can't keep that. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, you can't keep that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's from me to you. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Enjoy. Feel me?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's all good.
I really appreciate
Yeah, so
that.
DJ TRASE, Low East Side, Black Bottle Boys. That's who I am.
Okay, so let me ask you, what made you become a DJ?
I started out like when I always get the timeline wrong, but it's like between 6 and 8. Low East Side. My brother, my second oldest brother, Lewis, he was like a house DJ. You know, he was in the house, you know, playing records, old school turntables, mixer, and the coffin with the rug on it. You know, the old school style stuff. And I was just intrigued, man. I always used to go into his room and just look to see what he was doing. And he was always pulling out records. You know what I'm saying?
How
Putting
much
the fire.
older was he of you?
He was like in his 20s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just intriguing. And then when I was stepping outside back in the day, I grew up around DJs. A lot of, you know, the local legends in the Low East Side. DJ Ray Nice, Cuffy, Ralphie Ralph. Like, I would see these guys DJing in the basketball courts or on different event spaces in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up around DJs. I just told somebody, it's like, I don't know what else I would have been. Because I grew up around it. My brother was a DJ. I was introduced to it by my brother, so I always saw it after that.
So you're literally a product of your environment.
Yes.
And so who was somebody outside of your brother that you really like admired, that you looked at maybe on TV and just like, you know what, that's what made me want to do it?
That's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that, I think. But I'm going to stick to the facts. I don't think I was watching DJs on TV like that when I was that age. I was really in the park jams.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really going to the basketball court, into the event spaces and seeing them get down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Which happened to be pretty big these days. Because I've heard of DJ Rocky Ralph before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have you ever had a chance to meet any of them and actually work with them?
Yeah, I've worked with all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they OGs from my hood. Yeah, whenever they ask me to come out, I come out. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you get into from DJing to like sponsoring different liquor brands?
Being sponsored by liquor brands. That's a good one too. Nobody's ever asked me that one. Okay, you on a roll today, you know what I'm saying? What's crazy is that I've always, from what people tell me, I've always been good at marketing, at branding myself. But here's the crazy part. I've never had a website. The first couple of years of my career, never had business cards, didn't have mixtapes. I wasn't a mixtape DJ.
How did they find you?
Word of mouth. Whatever party I rock, people was like, yo, that kid is crazy.
That's
like,
the biggest word.
so, and this is, even to this day, I don't have a website. I don't do mixtapes. It's just really word of mouth. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is. You know, really, to be honest, a lot of people, especially like back in the 90s, that's how you got big and that's how you got real notoriety.
Yeah.
Like now, everything is fast, like because of social media. But I think word of mouth is more sincere to me. You know what I mean? Because that means people believe in you and your product, so they talking about you. You know?
But it also shows that people have respect for what you do.
Right.
Because that means somebody's talking positively about you.
100%.
To be able to say, go rock with that person. You know what I'm saying? Because they can say that about anybody.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's
So,
the way I take it.
Let me ask you: Is it bamboo? How do you say
It's bamboo. Yes.
Bamboo.
It's a rum.
Is that also a part of the black bottle?
Yeah. So I'll give you the breakdown. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So the company name is called Sovereign Brands.
Okay.
Brett Barish owns Sovereign Brands.
Okay.
Under Sovereign Brands is Bel Air, McQueen Gin, Vion Cognac, Bumble Rum, and a brand new Deacon Whiskey, which is a Scotch whiskey. You know what I'm saying? So all those 5 brands fall under the umbrella, which is Sovereign Brands.
It's like a few branches.
Right. And part of Sovereign Brands is the marketing part of Sovereign Brands, which is Black Bottle Boys and Black Bottle Girls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We the brand ambassadors and influencers behind the company, behind the brand.
Okay. So what I want to also ask is like, what made you fall in love with hip hop? Was like that your first genre of music? Was it hip hop, or did you come up under another umbrella of music? Like,
I like you. You're on a roll today. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever asked me that, I think. I don't think that's ever been a question. My memory is so bad. I'll say this. I'll say this. You know, I'll say this with what I'm thinking about right now. I think the first genre that was introduced to me was freestyle music, club freestyle music.
okay.
Lizette Melendez, you know, people like that. Stevie V, I think that was his name. You know, all the freestyle heads, you know what I'm saying? This was like late 80s, going into the early 90s. My brother would play all the vinyls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? TKA, so many different artists. You know?
So you look a lot younger than you are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because I would have never thought, like in the 80s, I was only like 5. You
Yeah.
know? So it's like for you to say you were actually out there moving and shaking, it's like, yeah, you really put some work in at this point.
Yeah.
So how did you get introduced to Hot 97?
Oh, you gonna go that way? Okay.
I want to go.
I'll give you an exclusive. I don't think I've ever said this on a podcast or a radio interview. So probably around between 2012 and 2015, I was doing a lot of events with Flex, with Funk Flex. Shout out to Funk Flex, and I was opening up for him, and I think at the time, I'm gonna say I think, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? He took a liking to me, and it went from me opening up to him for me actually grabbing the mic and hosting while he was DJing. And I never seen him do that with anybody else. Like me, I've never seen it. If he did it, shout out to those people, but I didn't see it, you know, around me. So I felt like that was something that I earned. I earned his respect enough to be able to be on a mic while he's DJing, because you don't really see that too often, you know what I'm saying? So it went from that to opening up for other people on 197, and I'm gonna keep the long story short. Nobody really knows this besides maybe a handful of people. Flex was the first one to co-sign me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Funk Flex was the first one from radio to co-sign me. I mean, like I said, I was opening up for him, so I guess, you know, he liked what I did.
How did you begin opening up for him?
I mean, I guess I was just at the right place, right time, around the right people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can't think too far back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
You done had some, I'm sure, some experiences, so I'm sure some of them are a little blurry.
Yeah, so, you know, it went from him giving me that cosign to him basically telling me, like, yo, holla at this person, tell him I said, yeah, you know, so it took a couple years, I'm not even gonna lie, it took a couple years Fast forward, skip a couple parts, you know what I'm saying? 2019, this was me spending 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015 doing big events like the Barclays Center, doing, Radio City Music Hall, doing, all the BB Kings, doing all those big venues, of being a sound tech, like being the person behind the DJs, but also opening up for some of these events. Building a relationship with Enough, and one day I get this call, I'll never forget this, it was on a weekend, I think it was a Saturday or Sunday, and Enough calls me in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying, I'm just waking up, and I'm here thinking that he's gonna ask me for a certain mixer, a certain turntable for another concert, you know what I'm saying, because me and him would have those conversations.
Right.
I would set up the gear for him.
Right.
At the concert.
Right.
And he's like, yo, I'm in your area. I'm in the Lower East Side, come downstairs. So I'm thinking we're gonna talk about a concert.
Yeah.
So we go to the barbershop where we get our haircuts at, and man, I get goosebumps.
Yeah, relationship, yeah.
He tells me straight up, like, you ready to be on the radio? And literally, I ended up crying.
Yeah.
I cried, literally.
How long did it take him to uphold it?
That was in June. That same month, I'm going to the meetings and going to meet people at the station and everything. Come July, August, I'm officially on the radio.
So do y'all still work together now?
Enough is one of my favorite people in the industry. He supports me, he supports my birthdays, he comes out for me, he works for me. Like, he's one of the guys who, I could just call and say, hey, how you doing, how's the family? He respond, he asks me how I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those real genuine guys.
Okay, so let me ask you, what I want to know is, hip hop changed a lot, if we could even consider it hip hop now, right? Because they got so many different names.
Watch what you say.
They have so many
It's hip hop.
It's hip hop,
It's
but
hip hop.
it's like you said earlier, it's hip hop, but it's a tree. It's like it has different
Everything
brands,
is under that
right?
hip hop
Under that
tree. So it's
hip-hop
hip hop
tree.
and then
Yeah,
everything
you're right.
else. Right.
You're right.
Right.
So with that, but can we say that?
Yes.
Because we have hip hop, but some things really aren't defined as hip hop now. Like you have the pop rock,
Hip-hop.
which is like
And everything else under it besides everything else that's not attached to hip hop. So
who are
rock,
hip-hop artists
whatever.
now?
But if you talking about like R&B hip hop and drill and trap and it, that falls under the hip hop umbrella. Like,
okay.
we're not gonna do that. We celebrate 50 years of hip hop. Like, it's hip hop and everything else.
And I respect it.
Right.
I just like to understand the difference and the breakdown of it because I know there's so many different names that they go by now. Like before we were just hip hop and R&B. Now it's like you got drill, it's so many different categories.
Everything falls under hip hop. This is my opinion.
Okay.
If there's other people who want to challenge that opinion, by all means hit me up. But it's hip hop and everything else.
So what would you say is your favorite element of hip hop? Of then, and how about we give you a then and a now? What are your favorite elements of hip hop then and your favorite elements of hip hop now?
It's always gonna be DJing and dance. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't really a graffiti person. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really, into the other elements of hip hop, but I was always around people dancing and people DJing. So it's always gonna be DJing and dance. But dancing now is like, do you really see like dancing in the videos? Do you see like a routine?
Yeah,
somebody really choreograph? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see that in videos? No, you see twerking and you see whatever else.
Yeah.
It's really like, though, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything else. So it's kind of like that essence of seeing a music video or the essence of that part of hip hop is like,
I get it.
you don't really see it too much.
It's dwindling out.
Right, everybody in front of the store. Come on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
If it's not Beyonce, Rihanna, something.
J-Lo, come on,
Yeah.
give J-Lo credit.
J-Lo.
Don't do
It's
that.
a fact.
Right. Hey, facts is out there. Right.
It's true.
Right.
They really come with the dance
Right.
and the choreography,
Right.
and you want to be
Right.
there. And if you're not there, you're gonna feel
Right.
like you did.
Chris Brown,
Chris Brown,
Usher, you know,
he's
the people
one
who
of my
dance.
favorites. The people
Right.
who dance.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, like you said, it's typically like booty shaking. That's the thing.
How long can you twerk for in the night?
Well, if you ask
Video,
Megan Thee
I
Stallion,
don't
it's
get
a
it.
long time.
I don't get it. I just don't. get it.
I'm just saying.
Right.
But definitely, is there anything else that you would like to tell us? Like, how can people find you? What do you have coming up? What can we expect from you, actually?
I'm still on iHeartRadio, Heat 106.1 FM every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Next time I'm on Sirius XM Fly November 17th, Friday Fly Ride 9 p.m. I just finished doing Shade 45 with Destroy. Shout out to him, Sean Paul, myself, a couple other guests on the show this past Sunday. So shout out to everybody who tuned in to Shade 45. It was my first official time on Shade 45. And you know, I still have the Fix Show, which has been on DTF Radio for the last 8 years.
What day on?
Wednesday nights from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
8 years on that station. So shout out to Mark, the owner. 8 years on that station.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What was that in? Every day except Wednesday?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Who shows before yours, if you don't mind sharing?
At the time when I started, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? But
Is that the same night that Basket was on?
I don't remember. Or rest in peace
Rest
to
in
him.
peace to Basket.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To Jason Bourne.
But yeah, I used to be at DTF. I know I've catered every show at DTF. Do you do live interviews as well?
Yeah.
Or is it just DJ?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
live interviews.
No.
Live interviews, yeah.
I was doing Sirius XM with Lord Sia and
Shout to him.
the infamous Amadeus.
Shout out to him too. Me and him actually just started working together. Like we did the Onyx concert at Sony Hall together.
Which one, Lord Sia or Amadeus?
Amadeus. So me
Yeah.
and him were together DJing and hosting the Onyx concert at
he's
Sony
so
Hall.
dope.
Yeah.
You'll like him. He's super dope.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool, man. I respect him. I respect what he do.
Yeah.
You know, September 16th, Daniel's Leathers Fashion Show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he
Back at it with
another
that.
one?
Yeah, back at it with that.
How often does he do those?
I think he does it a couple times a year, whenever it's fashion week. I don't know.
Cause yeah, it seems like I've been seeing them like this before. I would probably see like one. Now it seems like it's all the time.
Yeah.
So I love it, and I'm always seeing people I know.
Yeah, shout out to manager, shout out to Charlie Brown, shout out to Cali's Finest. There's a couple things coming up. My 4th sneaker design with Ewing Athletics is coming out in October. I can't say with who's a collaboration with, but I'ma say it's gonna be very big for the culture. I'm gonna say that's my opinion.
So since this is your 4th, the prior 3, who were they any collaboration?
The last 2 were a Father's Day sneaker. First Father's Day sneaker designed by a sneaker company officially with me, Terminology, and Good Dad Gang. Terminology, the rapper from Boston, huge rapper, one of the best lyricists in the world. Me and him, you know, we've been friends with each other for a while, and he had the brand called Good Dad Gang. So me and him were talking one day, and we was just like, this would be a really good thing for fathers, you know, like a real good gift for Father's Day for fathers, because fathers really don't have too much. I mean, what do we get? Socks, a tank top, gift card, $10. So you know what I'm saying? We don't really that much. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. And you know, a couple years later, we ended up getting the deal done, and the first Father's Day sneaker came out last year, sold out.
Yeah. What colors?
It was black and white to match his logo, but it was sold out. You know, we had a like a pop-up event to release the sneaker with Smith & Wesson, MOP, Stack Selector. Like it was crazy. It was out here in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like a quota that y'all had to meet? Like
Nah, it was just something for the culture, for the fathers. You know what I'm saying? And it did so well that we ended up doing the second installment this year. and we dropped it as well too. You know what I'm saying? Doing a pop up in Tribeca, and you know, a couple special guests came out, and you know, we did a pop up event, and you know, we sold some sneakers, and you know, it was another great turnout. You know,
pretty good.
my first pair was Tony Touch, DJ Tony Touch. It was a pair to commemorate like his first album, The Peacemaker. So it was like a 20-year anniversary to that album. So I helped design a sneaker to commemorate that.
Like what?
You gotta look him up. Don't talk to me like that.
DJ
Get it together.
What? I gotta
He's
know.
a mixtape legend. Get it together. He's a mixtape legend. He's one of the pioneers in this hip hop thing that we love so much. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped a project called The Mixtape. It's on I think it's on Paramount Plus. Go look at that documentary. If you're a person who loves hip hop, you gotta look at that documentary. Or don't talk to me about no music. You gotta look at the documentary. And he dropped a soundtrack with Def Jam to, you know, complement that documentary. So shout out to Tony Touch. You know what I'm saying? Talk Out Tuesdays. He's actually another good friend of mine who put me to do so much great work. Like I would say maybe 40% of my career I owe to that man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He had me open up for Wu-Tang, for Bun B, for Keith Murray, for so many different people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is there anyone that you would be interested in working with in the future? That you
I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. I don't want to sound, you know, like my head is too big or whatever. But I think everybody who I grew up on, I've already worked with. I've already did multiple events with. Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Not Jay-Z, but I've done stuff for Rock Nation. I've done stuff with people. You know what I'm saying? But people that I grew up on, like, you know, like DJs and you know, people. You know what I'm saying? Like not too many people get to say they rock with Onyx, with EPMD, with Mr. C, with Tony Touch, with Flex, Kid Capri. Last year, oh my God, they called me to do the Apollo.
Yeah.
To open up for Kid Capri and KRS-One. It was the craziest thing ever.
I hear Kid Capri is so humble too.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest on this podcast.
Yeah, this
I was so nervous. I still get nervous because I love my job so much. I love what I do. But I was so nervous. Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I fucked up. I thought I fucked up at the Apollo. Right? I was upset at myself because I was so nervous. But when I got off the set and Kid Capri was like, yo, you did your, I ain't want nobody talking to me. Kid Capri told me I did my thing. Everybody else, don't talk to me about nothing. I don't care about your opinion.
I'm lit.
You know what I'm saying? So once he did that, started following me on the gram, I was hyped. I was like, Kid Capri, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody can tell me nothing.
Yeah, so that was crazy. It was so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be at the Apollo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want to get too political, but to be Spanish and to open up for Kid Capri and KRS-One at the Apollo.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
You know what I'm saying?
At the Apollo, like
crazy. And the thing to top that off was that was the day my official Black Bottle Boy jacket came in the mail. It was hot as fuck outside. I said, I'm gonna wear this shit to the Apollo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was so dope. You know what I'm saying? So doing that.
So, you know what, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I do want to know, like, we hearing a lot about your successes. Like, what's some things that you had to face, like any challenges you had to face that, or anything that you failed at, like, and you had to keep going, or it made you want to quit? Like, tell me something raw that, you know, some of us can relate to.
All right, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I ain't even gonna hold back. The pandemic really kicked my ass. You know what I'm saying? I went from having 6 residencies a week throughout the 5 boroughs with no promoter So I had residencies. I had 6 places in New York City where you could come see me every week, Tuesday through Sunday. My only day off was Monday before the pandemic. No promoters was booking me. This was all venues who was hiring me. I was doing my own thing. People was just, there wasn't no gimmicks. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It was just, you come to the spot, I'm playing R&B. Come to the spot, I'm playing old school. You come to the spot, I'm doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great time. Pandemic came, and I ain't even gonna lie, I lost everything. I lost every residency. You know what I'm saying? And
business started closing.
yeah.
And everything shut down.
Yeah. So I took a hit, and at the time, you know what I'm saying, I was talking to my wifey, 2 good friends of mine, and I was like, should I go back to work? Literally crying to my boys, to my wifey, like, should I go back to working a 9 to 5? And I was applying for jobs. And then my wife was like, yo, you got too many good relationships out there. People gonna call you, just stand still, just relax, just take a deep breath, stop thinking about it. And slowly but surely, people started calling me again. You know what I'm saying? And I went back to 75% of what I was doing before the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which people can't even get past 50.
Yeah.
So I did like 75% of it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie to you, the money wasn't the same. Anybody tells you different,
That's most people in the pandemic.
I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? I think I built a good enough foundation to be able to still do what I love for a living and not go to a 9 to 5. I quit my job in 2015 without no plan. You know what I'm saying? And I never looked back. Literally, I quit my job. I had a really good job, and I went home. I literally threw out all my shirts and ties, my slacks, my shoes. I said, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even own a suit right now. You can't invite me to nowhere where I got a suit. I gotta go rent one or go to H&M or something. Real quick, get a suit. I got no suit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had to tell myself something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to that. You know?
Because building somebody else's dream and not your own.
Not even that. I had a problem with authority.
That too.
I had a problem with people telling me I couldn't take the day off. No, it's real talk. It's a real story. I had issues with people telling me I couldn't take the day off to go see my son graduate, to go to a school trip with my kids. You can't tell me no to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got tired of it, and I was just like, fuck y'all. Like, I'm a good enough DJ. I'm getting booked enough, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, I was getting booked like twice a month. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I ended up quitting that job 2015. Another true story. Quit my job. Went on a tour that I didn't get paid for. They took care of me. Like, I didn't have to pay for my flight, hotel, food, nothing. But I didn't get a check for that first tour. It was my first tour.
Yeah, and that's
You know what I'm saying? But I put my work in. And when I came back, the person who I was sitting next to, which is my good friend Graf, shout out to Graf, I've been his DJ over 10 years.
Okay.
I told Graf, I said, when I come back to New York City, I'm gonna be the hottest DJ in New York. We touched down, 3 months later, I'm booked everywhere.
Yeah.
No major promotion, no PR, no manager, no nothing at that time. You know what I'm saying? I just put my feet on the ground and just started.
Pit and pat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was that. And I never looked back, even to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So is it anything that you would change in your career? Whether, something minor, something major, but is it anything that you would be like, dang, if I would have did this differently, I could have been here?
No. Because then I wouldn't be who I am right now.
Okay.
I chose to take the long road.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to learn as much as I could learn. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to experience as much as I could experience so I could be able to be in the situation that I'm in now. I have a foundation, so even if people don't want to book me, there's always going to be other people that do. You know what I'm saying? Fine, you don't want me in the clubs, you think I'm trash? Cool, but I'm going to end up doing a concert where you're going to end up buying a ticket to, and then you're going to want me at your party. You know what I'm saying? So either way, like, I feel like I'm always gonna be involved in some way, shape, or form because of the foundation that I built. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to be afraid. And you know, my wifey and my close friends always taught me that, like, yo, people really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? People really like who you are. You know, so you're always gonna have work. You're always gonna be thought of. You're always gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Because you built that. You earned that respect from people. You know
Yeah, shout out to Wifey in the audience because she clearly a motivator.
No,
she keep him going.
She with me every day. Like
Yes.
like when I don't pop up with her at an event, they be like, "Yo, it's Wife." I'm like, "Y'all booked me. What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like it's weird to see you and her.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
She get the first drink. I'll be like, "Where my shit at?" You know, but yeah, shout out to her. You know, shout out to Omar, shout out to Prez, Chase Sims, Product. You know what I'm saying? TRASE, a couple people, you know, been in my life always holding me down.
I love it. That's dope. It seems like you give a lot of support and you are supported, so that's dope. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people struggle and sometimes, you know, it's hard for people to be like, okay, let me jump back in and do what I gotta do. But every time you reach the obstacle, it's seeing you know, you go through it. So with that, I commend you and I thank you so much for our gifts.
No problem.
And I thank you even more so for being here.
Right.
Because of course without you, there's no show, right?
Right.
And so thank you, DJ TRASE.
No problem. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the drinks.
Yes.
You feel me? If you're gonna give some away, give this one away. Keep the little ones to yourself. Tuck it in the pocketbook or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You feel me?
I
Right.
appreciate you know, the 50 Cent drink, champagne.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm part of Bel Air.
Oh,
I don't know
you
about
can't talk
nothing
about the
else.
other one.
I don't know nothing about nothing
I was
else.
just
But
gonna say,
shout out to
somebody
50
gave
Cent.
it to me. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to 50
Lit.
Cent.
Shout out to 50.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but we
I
gonna
only-
talk
yeah,
about
I
Bel Air.
only know about these.
Look, I got something special that y'all don't got.
Right.
Because this is what we talking about. And I appreciate you again. So I hope to have you again. I hope to see you soon.
Right.
And we'll take it out.
Let me know the next time you're doing this. I'll send you a case on me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
October 28th.
Yes. You'll have a case. Whenever you want.
Y'all heard that, right?
Right.
We got it. It's rolling. Okay.
Right. Keep that in there too. Right.
But we definitely going to end it with this. I do want to thank you because again, you came from a distance and you came and showed me some love and shouted out the drinks and all that
Right,
good
we're
stuff. We talked about Bel Air. He got us some nice bottles. And he also dropped some good gems on me. So you being here was definitely a gift tonight, okay? So we're going to end it with that. Thank you.
Yeah, disrespectfully drunk. You know what it is. TRASE Black Bottle Boys. See me everywhere. I'm on the block. I'm on the streets. I'm on the app. We here. New York City. What's up?
The takeover.
Money, y'all niggas broke ain't got no money. Peach with the mango and strawberry. I'm drinking blueberry. I'm smoking blueberry.